हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू लाइव चैट। आप सभी का स्वागत है। तो आज हम जो क्वेश्चन देंगे, तो आप लोगों को कल जो क्वेश्चन मैंने दिया था तो उसी का चैप्टर से हम देंगे, कोल्ड वॉर के चैप्टर से। तो कोल्ड वॉर एरा इन वर्ल्ड पॉलिटिक्स चैप्टर का नाम है। तो उसके 2 मार्क्स के जो क्वेश्चन है वो सब आज मैं आप लोगों को दे दूँगा, 2 मार्क्स का। और बाकी जो भी क्वेश्चन होगा वो मैं आपको दिखाता जाऊँगा, ठीक है। तो लाइव हो जाइए सभी। अच्छा, तो पहला जो है क्वेश्चन क्या है, देखिए, व्हाट इज मीन बाय एलाइड एंड एक्सिस पावर्स ऑफ द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर। तो इसका आंसर कैसे लिखना है, एलाइड पावर्स आर टू दोज पावर्स कंट्रीज हु ओन द वर्ल्ड वॉर एंड इंक्लूड कंट्रीज लाइक यूएस एंड सोवियत यूनियन, ब्रिटेन एंड फ्रांस। एक्सिस पावर्स ऑफ द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर refers to the countries who were defeated in the war like Germany, Italy and Japan. Next question, how did the Second World War come to an end? The Second World War came to an end when the US dropped 2 atom bombs in Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945, causing Japan to surrender. The two superpowers that emerged after the Second World War. इसका आंसर क्या होगा? The US and Soviet Union. Name the places where atom bombs were dropped during the Second World War. इसका आंसर क्या होगा? हिरोशिमा एंड नागासाकी। व्हाट इज मीन बाय वेस्टर्न ईस्टर्न अलायंस। इसका आंसर क्या होगा? मोस्ट कंट्रीज ऑफ वेस्टर्न यूरोप साइडेड विद द यूएस एंड इट इज नोन एज वेस्टर्न अलायंस। दोज ऑफ ईस्टर्न यूरोप जॉइन द सोवियत कैम्प, इट इज नोन एज ईस्टर्न अलायंस। नेम द टू आर्म्स कंट्रोल एग्रीमेंट साइंड बाय द टू सुपर पावर। इसका आंसर क्या होगा? इसका आंसर होगा LTBT, लिमिटेड टेस्ट बैन ट्रीटी, एंड NPT, न्यूक्लियर नॉन प्रोलिफरेशन ट्रीटी। Mention 2 reforms which President Gorbachev initiated in USSR. Number 1 is perestroika, restructuring the social and political structure. Number 2 is glasnost, making the government move open and democratic. Next question is, what is meant by second world? इसे किस तरह से लिखना है? The socialist countries of Eastern Europe and the nations which were part of Warsaw Pact was known as Second World. Next question is, name two arms control agreements signed by the two superpower during Cold War. तो पहला क्या है? पहला आर्म्स कंट्रोल का जो एग्रीमेंट है वो क्या है? स्ट्रेटेजिक आर्म्स लिमिटेशन टॉक। दूसरा है स्ट्रेटेजिक आर्म्स रिडक्शन ट्रीटी 1, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज ट्रूमैन डॉक्ट्रिन? The Truman Doctrine was the move of then American President Harry Truman. This doctrine advocated a program of containment of the Soviet Union by providing assistance to the Western European states. Next question is, what is martial law? President Truman decided to support financial aid to the Europe in order to give setback to communism. This plan of giving financial aid was put forward by then Secretary of the State Marshall, is known as Marshall Plan. Next question is, what is the full form of UNCTAD? What is its purpose? UNCTAD means United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. It had brought out a report in 1972 indicating a proposed reform of the global economic system. Mention the name of the leader of the non-aligned movement. The leaders are Jawaharlal Nehru of India, Joseph Broz Tito of Yugoslavia, Jamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, and Sukarno of Indonesia, and Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. Next question, mention the causes for the emergence of Cold War. Main reason behind the emergence of Cold War were ideological conflict. Number 2, formation of military alliances. Number 3, the Truman Doctrine. The number 4, the Marshall Plan. Next question, Right to criticism of India's non-aligned policy. First point, this policy has been labeled and unprincipled as India had failed to take a significant stand in case of certain vital issues. Number two is India's approach is also contrasting approach. It has criticized the policy of joining any alliance and then it itself signed a treaty of friendship with Soviet Union. Next question number 16. Why did India not join either NATO or CATO? India did not join either NATO or CATO because India followed a policy of non-alignment. India remained independent by not joining any group. Mention any two superpower confrontation during the Cold War. Number A, Korean War. Number 2, Cuban Missile Crisis. Write any two differences between neutrality and non-alignment. Number 1, the term neutrality is basically concerned with war-like situation, whereas non-alignment is concerned with both war and peace situation. Question number 19, mention any two realities that have changed the world politics after the Cold War. Number 1 point, confrontation ended between capitalist bloc and Soviet bloc. Number 2, liberalization and privatization affected the world policies. Next question, what do we refer to as arenas of Cold War? Give one example. Arena of Cold War means areas where crisis and war occurred or threatened to occur between the alliance system but did not cross certain limits. Arenas of Cold War were Korea, Vietnam and Afghanistan. Next question, 4 marks question it is. Why did Cold War remain a Cold War and did not escalate into a hot war? The logic of deterrence is the main weapons which did not let the Cold War escalate into a hot war. The logic refers that both sides have the capacity to retaliate against an attack and to cause so much destruction that neither can afford to initiate war. Do you think the alliance system had led by the superpower divided the entire world into two camps? Justify your answer. Yes. Answer is yes. The alliance system led by the superpowers divided the entire world into two camps. The ideology of capitalism and socialism divided the world into two antagonistic camps. Now, some countries embraced a new policy of non-alignment and established a third bloc by not joining in either of the blocs, but somehow or others, these underdeveloped countries also indirectly maintain relation with either powers. How did the smaller states help the superpowers? ये छोटे छोटे